Hi guys, welcome back to Ash Talks Basketball, and today I'm going to be comparing my all-time starting five to NBA 2Ks. In at 10, I have Steph Curry, and they have Tim Duncan. On my side, I think Steph Curry has to make it. He's one of the best players of all time. He revolutionized the three-point line and won many championships. He has to be on this list. And on their side, I think Tim Duncan has to be a bit higher personally. In at 9, I have Wilt Chamberlain, and they have Larry Bird. For me, Wilt Chamberlain's an amazing player. He has the best statistical career of all time, averaging 50 points in a season once, and he was truly dominant. But you can't really compare the 60s to something like the 2000s, the 2010s, or the 90s. Although he was really good, you just can't. It's much harder to compare. And on the other side, they had Larry Bird. For me, Larry Bird just missed out on the list and would have probably made it if he played some more years in the league. But it's so close, and it was hard for me not putting him on the list. In at 8, I have Bill Russell, and they had Wilt Chamberlain. Personally, I rate Bill Russell a bit higher than Wilt Chamberlain just because he won games, and overall, that's what matters in my opinion. He won 11 championships in his era, beating Wilt most times, and that's why I have him over Wilt. In at 7, I have Shaq, and they have Magic Johnson. On my side, one of the most dominant players of all time, played along the side of Kobe Bryant, one of the best players of all time in himself. He won multiple championships. He was really dominant and one of the best players of the 2000s. And on their side, Magic Johnson, I just think that's a bit low. He was one of the best players in the league, actually the best player in the league until Jordan came along. You can't put him below top 5, I say personally, but I do see there's so much talent on this list, anybody could easily slip down on anybody's list. In at 6, I have Tim Duncan, and they have Shaquille O'Neal. On my side, you have probably one of the best players of the 2000s and 2010s, won multiple championships in a dynasty of the Spurs, and he was front and center. His longevity was amazing. He stayed consistent for years. He wasn't known to do flashy things, but he got the job done, and he was one of the best players of all time, winning championship after championship and being the best two-way player in the league. In at 5, I have Magic Johnson, and they have Bill Russell. On my side, I have one of the best Lakers of all time, dominated throughout the 80s, and on their side, they have Bill Russell. Personally, I think that's a bit high, but he won 11 rings, and I can't really argue with that. In at 4, I have Kobe Bryant, and 2K has Kareem. On my side, you have one of the best Lakers of all time. No, scratch that, the best Laker of all time. He was loyal his entire career. He brought them championships and is one of the best known NBA players around the world. He's iconic. Rest in peace to the Mamba. And on their side, Kareem's one of the most dominant players for his era. Scored the second most points all time ever. I can't argue with him being top 4. In at 3, I have Kareem, and they have Kobe. We switched it around. I talked about the other two earlier. I just edge out Kareem because he was so dominant in his era. In at 2, we both had LeBron James, one of the best players of all time, still playing at 39, has the best longevity, but honestly, you still have to give it to the GOAT, the man, the myth, the legend, Michael Jordan. Easily the best player on the 90s, the best player of all time, led the Bulls to 6 championships, 2 three-peats, retired midway through those three-peats. He is the best player of all time, no questions asked. And that's all I have for you today. So thank you for watching the video. Tell me your top 10 list in the comments, and have a nice day.